fine. It is Ubuntu 16 and it is working fine, and I can directly use anything in there. Okay, so now we want to run a Python script or a shell script on our system, but our system is Windows and we want Linux for that, and we want to learn scripts for Linux. But in our PC it is not possible because it is Windows. So there is two options that we can use. Either we can use a Linux system or install Linux on our system only. So to install Linux on our system, it is a little complex process. So rather than doing that, we can try another thing, that is using VirtualBox. So VirtualBox, what it will do is it will uh, install the Linux in our system only, and it will not affect our system, and it will share the resources of that. So basically we can run any Linux or any OS in our system without doing much of the effort. We have to download this VirtualBox and clicking this Windows host because my system is Windows, and within 40 seconds it will be downloaded. Let's download the OS now, because VirtualBox is the part on which we will be running the system, on which we will be running the operating system, but we have to download the operating system. So the thing that we can do is we can download Raspbian. Raspbian is the lightest operating system that we can have. It is for Raspberry Pi and it is very light, so that will be nice for us if we want to download this. So Raspbian, and downloads, what we want is Raspbian image. There are multiple images and we can download Raspbian Pi desktop. So here it is. So it is 2985 MB. We can download this. We can also download its ISO if we want. So the ISO will be downloaded for us. It will take a little time because it is of 2.9 GB. And if we want to download Ubuntu, we can also do that. So we have to type Ubuntu download, and yeah. So basically Linux is free, open source and free, so we can download it without any issues. So without any key or without purchasing anything, we can just download it. So now Ubuntu 20 is being downloaded. Also we can try with previous or other versions of Ubuntu also. So I am just closing the Raspbian window. Let's just download Ubuntu. So it's in the process of downloading. It will take time. So instead, during that time, let's install the VirtualBox. So open the VirtualBox. It will say where to install and all the basic processes. Okay, that's the correct path where I want to install, and these options are fine. I have no problem with that, and just proceed with installation and next. It installs really fast, so we don't have to wait for long, and there are some drivers that we need to accept to install. So that's like with these drivers, the system running our OS can interact with our system devices. So basically what it means is our keyboard can be used to our system also, and the one in the virtual machine also. So basically it will be a virtual machine, and the benefit of having a virtual machine is if something goes wrong or if something is damaged by our end, we can just delete that image and create a new virtual machine without affecting our system. So you have seen that many of the people who do uh, virus testing, they just use VM for that. So they create a new Windows or something else in a new machine, and in that version or in that version of machine, they just let the virus run and install the viruses which damages their system, and they just delete that instance and create a new instance, but their original or main operating system is untouched. Without any issues, it will still run fine. So we will learn how to use virtual machine once the installation setup is done. So currently is it's this Ubuntu downloading. Let's download a little different version of uh, Ubuntu also, because it will help us if we are having a less RAM or less storage. So alternative downloads, here it is, network installation, BitTorrent and other images. So other images, so this is the list of all the other miners, other mirrors from which we can download the Ubuntu. So we can just choose past releases here, and past release will contain the older version. So 20 is the latest version, Focal Fossa, and Xenial Xerus was 16th, and Bionic Beaver was 18. So if you want to just try out with old stuff, then we can also download this one. It will be fine to work on that, and it will be a little more stable than the current version, and more support for that is provided in the system. So we can download 32-bit also if you want to save our space. So it's just 1.6 GB. That's fine for us, and it's great. Now let's let them download both. So we are downloading 20th and 16 both. So based on our requirement, we can choose whatever we want. So, yeah. It's even So now we have downloaded the images and installed the virtual machine, VirtualBox. So now we have to create on new. So for new, the name of operating system, that is Linux 16 Ubuntu. We can name it anything what we want. Then we have to choose the location where we want to store these. So this is the folder where I want to have all the machines. So let me create a new folder here, machines. In that folder my virtual machines will be stored. So type is Linux and version is Ubuntu 16-bit. Yeah, so it was i386, so i386 is 32-bit. Now the amount of RAM, so recommended memory is this. I will just move it to 2 GBs, right? And then create a virtual hard disk now. So select the first option. So you can select dynamically allocated or fixed size, whatever you want. So dynamically allocated will automatically fill up the maximum size, whatever you want. So fixed size is you have given 20 GBs and it will not go beyond 20 GBs, so it will stay same. So let's say dynamically allocated, and this is the amount of RAM we want to use. So we it is the size of a hard disk we want to assign to it. So we created 10 GB, that's fine for it, and then create it. So everything is done, everything is there, and now we have to start this. Everything is fine and we will see it being started. So here it is, startup disk empty. Image we want to run, so the image is in operating system OS 16 and choose start. It will run that image for us. So it will boot like a operating system, general operating system. You can see the task manager. Since my PC is having 8 GB RAM, it is 4.6 and CPU is 72% used, which is fine. I will let it run. So now it's set up, everything is done automatically. Now it is running the Ubuntu 16. So in the meantime the 16th one was running. I created a new instance for 620. So I just displayed all the settings that we have. We can choose the settings and run as per our requirement. So in this there is general and advanced. So drag and drop and shared clipboard can be enabled here. So drag and drop will, if there is file here, then you can just drag and drop it to the system. It will be copied there. Then description, nothing else is there, and disk encryption. Then here is system. It is the main part that you need to tweak ever. So this is a RAM which we want to use. So my system is having 8 GB of memory. I can choose anywhere in between 8 GB to 4 MB. So currently I have given 2 GBs to it, and that's it. Then processor. So my CPU is having 4 threads. So out of 4 I can give any whatever I want. So 1, 2, 3 and 4. So uh, 2 will be optimum, but it will be risky because it will make my current computer slow. Then execution cap, it is 100% usage for the CPU. This is hardware acceleration. Then display video memory monitor count. So I can, yeah, so the system just booted. That's the sound of it. So I can add number of monitors when I want. Then display, remote display and recording. Storage, if you want to change anything. Audio. The network, the system that is running inside it will be automatically connected to the system. So automatically connected to the internet, so we don't need to change anything, it will work. COM port or serial port will be used to connect pen drive from our system to the PC. So USB. Shared folders, so these are the common folders that will be common to both of the systems. Then user interface, so that's it in the settings. So now both of the virtual boxes running fine. So this one is running Ubuntu 20, this one is running Ubuntu 16. So there is two options like try Ubuntu or install Ubuntu. So we can try Ubuntu if you just want to try without making anything install. So once we close this, everything we do here will be deleted, nothing will get saved. And I want to install Ubuntu 20. So I will be installing Ubuntu 20 and will be just testing out Ubuntu 16. So for that there is keyboard layout that is English US, that's fine for me. Continue. It will run very slow on the PC because it is running on virtual machine, so yeah, we have to bear with that. Minimal is fine for me, so minimal installation. And next, so I am installing Ubuntu 20 and I am just trying Ubuntu 16 without installation. So 20 is installing. So this will do this. Erase this, can install Ubuntu. Let's just click install now. So the main thing is that everything will be installed in a virtual machine, in a virtual drive. So nothing will be so it won't affect our system. So our current PC that is running fine will not get affected by anything we do it here. So nothing will be affected here. So we can do we can easily do the thing. So for easy things we are just going for, so for username I will be just typing my name. There is an option for soft keyboard. If our keyboard is not working, then we can choose this. So this is the part where installation is going on. I will close that. I will do it later. So I will just power off this machine. So when I close this, it will ask me three options, whether I want to save the machine state, send shutdown signal, or power up. So let me just save the machine state because I want to resume it from the current portion only. So it will save automatically. So this PC is now working fine. It is Ubuntu 16 and it is working fine, and I can directly use anything in there. So yeah, it's working fine. I have opened it in testing mode, so whatever I will do here will stay here and will get deleted as soon as I turn it off. So yeah, that's how we have to install on virtual machine. So it's very easy, and you have to just follow the commands and just keep on doing whatever the system asks for you, and it is working fine. In the later stage we can add or increase the RAM or memory. For that will just make it a little more faster, but for that we have to close the system and enter the new memory size. So I'm closing it again, and let's save the machine state. Yeah, so that's it. My CPU utilization is almost 90%. So yeah, it was throttling. So that's it for this video. Yeah, in this next stage we can just choose settings and advanced system and memory. I don't know why I'm not able to discard. Once it is powered off, then we can change the memory. So let's change the memory to 4 GBs, 5 GB. It's fine. Start. It will be faster now because it is taking a lot of memory from my CPU system. So that's it. Now you can try and experiment with this. And okay.